Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hi, my name's Tina Gary. I'm a currently GCU with a student. Uh, I am this class is TCH 539 stage dated July the 8th, 2025. So today I will be presenting to you my action plan and the research that everything and feedback from the studies that have been technically done. And our first slide is a summary of things that we will talk about. We have a summary of our action plan. We have our overview and our data collecting and management plan, our stakeholder role in the action plan, our outcomes and benefits of the organization and the stakeholders, reflection on the action plan, research and how it affects your future practice. Yeah, let's get into it. All right, here's our first slide. I'm sorry, our next slide. Different forms of engagement strategies based on students' academic and achievements. First, if you look on your right over here, you have reasons of action plan. The first bullet says it has been stated that students retain information quickly or better with active engagement in the lessons. Absolutely. Next bullet says connecting students' engagement and being persistent with that, with helping them to achieve the ways to improve learning and building engagement is extremely important for educators. The third bullet is active learning, goal settings, and positive feedback will enhance students' motivation, which will which are methods of engagement. Move on to the second column, summary of action plan. So in order for these things to work, we have to make sure that our educators are better equipped. So in order to provide those educators, we have to provide training for those educators. We have training to provide them with different type of implement different engagement strategies. There will be weekly surveys for the students, educators, and the parents. That way we want to make sure everybody that has a big stake in this is a part of it. And let them know that their voices are wanted and their voices are heard. We'll have weekly observation with the admin, someone from the admin team will come in, class, observe, see the different strategies that the educators have learned and give negative or positive feedback in ways that they could change or enhance or even add on to what they're already doing. And then the data will be collected and analyzed to ensure the best results for engagement strategies to be able to improve the academic. And that's the overall, that's the big vision here. We want to make sure that we're achieving, uh, improving academics. Collecting the data. Weekly surveys will be taking place with everyone, including educators, the students, and the parents. And what we're going to do is to make sure that we get everyone's opinion, their feedback, the way they feel. So, if we need to make any changes or modify anything, these that data will show us that. The second one, there will be bi-weekly observation in every classroom. Everyone will receive feedback. And this is done because for the reason that we want to make sure that our teachers are providing our students with the best strategies that keep them engaged in the lesson. And to make sure that we can increase student engagement in academics along. Now, next slide is management plan. The management plan, of course, will have professional development and training provided to education regarding engagement strategies. There are so many different strategies that we can learn. Even with new educators, uh, teachers that have only been around 5, 10 years, or even those that have been away from education and decided to come back into that craft because they love it so much. Direct training would be provided weekly and a week surveys will be completed regarding how they feel about the strategies, what anything they see if it worked, if it doesn't work, or how they need to improve it or make any adjustments. We're all open for that and we will make sure that everybody voices is heard and being a part of that. Like I stated earlier, observation and feedback will be provided from someone, either the principal or someone from the admin's team. Upon completion of the action plan, the data will be analyzed to give a full overview of all the strategies and everything that the educator has learned in training and how it benefits the teachers and the students. Now, next slide is the stakeholders' role. The stakeholders, we know it's very important to this line of work. Couldn't do it without all our stakeholders. Professional development will have someone that be trained, to train licensed facilitator will be responsible for delivering the weekly trainings to our teachers. They will have very well acknowledged in that area. Our admin team will be responsible for classroom observation, feedback, supporting any type of other additional support that explicit educators can be. Teachers would be responsible for learning and implementing the strategies that they learn in completing these surveys. Now, of course, we know our parents is a part of this too. We have to make sure that our parents plays a role. We have to first have their consent. We have to make sure they're aware of everything that we do every step of the way, and then also have them complete those surveys. And of course, our students, our pupils, to make sure we're not losing anyone, or any of our babies to feel left out. So we need to make sure that we get their feedback and see how they feel about those strategies that those teachers are implementing. So now next implementation, how long would it take us? How long do it take us to implement it? What's the time frame? What's the timeline? Making sure that all these goals are being hit. The first week will have professional development and training. We'll have weekly meetings with our parents, and we'll talk to our parents, let them know what's going on in these trainings, how those strategies will be delivered in the classroom. We'll get their feedback. It's also if we need to have something held, especially for the parents, so they can continue to keep those students engaged at home. We consider that as well. Like our first engagement strategy will be base learning, but we'll do that for about 2 weeks. Also, in that 2 weeks, you're going to have class observations, you're going to have feedback, you have surveys from teachers, parents, and the students. Like, second week, we have integrated approaches, and that's one of my favorites. I think that is a very good approach as well. It also helps, and also you get feedback, you have surveys and everything else. We're going to continue on with the third engagement is to implement a self-determination theory. We're going to do that for additional couple of few weeks. We're going to have our observation, like teamwork. We're going to have our weekly surveys. Training will be our training will last a total of 9 weeks. And at the end of that training, we're going to do an overall survey, which will be given to teachers, parents, and staff, principals, and everybody that plays a key part in this initiative. And we want to take the overall the end of surveys. We want to analyze those surveys and see what we can improve there, what changes we can make, how we can make things better for our students and for our kids. And here, our expectations and goals. And number one is to increase students' classroom engagement and make a better academic achievement. Absolutely. And we all know increasing student engagement will increase academic. Informing and having well-trained educators. Because guess what? If our educators don't know what to do, they can't provide for our students. So they have to be well trained and feel thrust to everything that's going on. Third, building positive, respectful relationships among our teachers and our parents. Because teachers, we know, educators, we know that we need that strong support from our parents, and so that we can provide our children with the best possible education. And here are the benefits of stakeholder. One is to increase student classroom management. The classroom engagement, increase the academics. We're going to have well-trained educators. Students will play a role in their have a say so play a role in the education as well. Students will retain more information, help them to learn, keep things long term, so that as they go on into their education journey, that they'll have those things that stick with them. And also, we will make sure that we focus on having a better environment and building positive relationships. involving our parents, making our parents, keeping them informed, building that relationship, a better academic success with school and the district, improving the student environment. Therefore, they will make sure that kids enjoy and being active in the class. Increase student learning, building a loving and positive environment and culture with students and parents, where the students want to come and learn and get the education. And here's our reflection. Overall, providing educators with more support regarding the implementation of engagement strategies in the classroom. Absolutely. To ensure that all our key players are engaged in action plan and to provide an accurate and credible data so that we can know to make sure that any changes, adjustment, or modification that we need to do, we need to know exactly what type of what we need to do, what we're looking at, and to make it better for our futures of our kids. Thank you so much. And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you. And I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any questions, at this time I'll take questions. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.